What's the worst thing your kid's school ever did? My son returned from school with a puzzling question. Mom, why do I get extra math problems that nobody else has? I thought he was referring to homework, but it wasn't that. His teacher, Mrs. Mangelson, was handing him special worksheets during class, while other children engaged in different, simpler tasks. They're probably just challenging you because you're good at math, I suggested, despite a nagging sense of unease. Liam had always grappled with numbers. The previous year, his teacher had proposed that he might require further assistance, not additional work. The following day, Liam came back noticeably troubled. Mrs. Mangelson got upset when I couldn't complete the special worksheets. She said I'm wasting everybody's time and money. Money? What money? That word resonated. Something didn't make sense. During parent-teacher conferences, I finally came face-to-face with Mrs. Mangelson. When I questioned the extra worksheets, she responded with a tight smile. Liam needs the advanced work to qualify for the gifted program. But Liam had never taken any exam for a gifted program. When I raised this issue, she quickly switched topics. On my way out, I spotted a heap of papers on her desk, labeled Accelerated Testing Program at the top. Liam's name was on one of them. That evening, I conducted some online research and discovered our district had recently formed a partnership with a private firm named Elevated Minds. They rewarded schools $500 for each pupil who made it into their advanced programs after completing their special evaluation materials. I went through Liam's school bag and found the worksheets. They were not regular math problems. They were test prep questions with Elevated Minds logo discreetly tucked into the corner. My ire began to rise. The next morning, I sent an email to our principal asking for information about the Elevated Minds partnership. No reply. I dialed the district office. They redirected me 5 times before hanging up. Something was indeed amiss. I began consulting other parents. Surprisingly, several kids were receiving these special worksheets, all underperforming students whose parents were unlikely to protest. Not a single accomplished child had been given them. I set up an urgent meeting with the principal, Dr. Spencer. He sat behind his imposing desk looking uneasy as I unveiled the worksheets. These aren't enrichment materials, I asserted. They're test prep for a program my son will never qualify for. You're setting these kids up for failure so teachers can earn plaudits for identifying gifted students. His face turned ashen. Mrs. Chavez, I assure you, the company offers $500 per qualifying student, I added. Where does that money land? In the school's account or the personal bank accounts of teachers? Dr. Spencer struggled with an explanation about departmental resources, but I remained unconvinced. I contacted a friend who worked for the local newspaper. 2 days later, she ran a story about how our elementary school was compelling struggling students to undertake unachievable tasks to generate kickbacks from a private entity. The school board convened an emergency meeting. The superintendent showed up with district attorneys. Elevated Minds representatives dialed in via video call looking petrified. It emerged that 12 teachers, including Mrs. Mangelson, had received personal bonuses for every student who qualified. They specifically targeted underperforming students from families they believed wouldn't notice, burdening them with insurmountable work designed for kids 3 grades ahead. The district severed their contract with Elevated Minds immediately. Mrs. Mangelson and 2 other teachers were given administrative leave pending an investigation. Most importantly, every child who had been subjected to those worksheets received appropriate evaluations for the support they truly needed. Liam is now getting genuine assistance with math instead of being exploited for money. The best part? They dismissed Dr. Spencer when they found out he had been pocketing a 20% cut from every teacher's bonus.